There's a number of reasons for men's suicide rates being so high. I think severe depression is one of the pathways to suicide.
77% of all suicides in America are committed by men. The overall rate is increasing at a dramatic pace. Between 1997 and 2014, there was a 43% rise in suicide deaths among middle-aged American men. The rates are highest among American Indian and white men, who kill themselves at about 10 times the rate of Hispanic and black women.
Boom, baby. We are live. Welcome to Inner Game July, episode 2. How childhood abuse affected me and how it probably affected you if you had any trauma in your life. Welcome to the show. I'm Jonathan from modernlifedating.com, and we are going to be talking about the inner game today. And all episodes in July will be dedicated towards inner game. Don't forget, this Friday, if you have your questions, you get to call in. Talk to me 100% for free. That number is 657-383-1318. Call and get your help. It's all free on Friday. We got a wonderful set of episodes for you coming up. For example, in regards to the Tokyo Crypto Show, we are returning tomorrow, me and Charlie. We'll be talking about... we're going to be breaking down our John McAfee interview because we actually did interview John McAfee. And unfortunately, he has passed away, and we're just going to talk about the circumstances surrounding his passing, why we believed what happened to him, and what it really means. And also, everybody, cooler heads are kind of prevailing now. The market's kind of cooled down. And we just really want to talk about, what's going on in crypto, because the big thing is this, in regards to cryptocurrency, right? The people right now who have stopped talking about cryptocurrency are the ones you need to be very wary of, okay? You need to be really, really, really suspicious of these people who have stopped talking about cryptocurrency, but they were talking about it when it was hip to talk about it, okay? So that's going to be really important. Be sure to share this episode out to all your brothers out there who need help with Inner Game. So Inner Game July, what it is we're just going to talk about Inner Game and all the things that are associated with it and how it can affect you in your dating life, your personal life, and your overall development as a man. There's a big mental health problem in the United States of America. It's the largest epidemic, larger than the obesity epidemic. And, we're going to tackle it head on here on my massive YouTube channel with its non-shadow banned reach and all 60 of you watching right now. So I got that going for me. And what do you have going for you? I hope you're joining me on the Inner Game July grind. I'm going to show all the winners here, but if you take a look, this is what we're doing here on the Inner Game July grind. So join me, okay, because what we're doing And you know, they are really a lot of things that guys are doing in their day-to-day life that are bad. And you know, it's affecting your mental game. And this list here is for all you guys out there. So if it's your first time seeing this, go ahead and screenshot it and save it and join me on the Inner Game July. So in July, this is what we're doing. Number one, no eating out unless it's for business. Unless you're going to business and there's a money on the table. Like you're doing this business deal because there's money on the table. That's the only time you're allowed to go out and eat. I will be going to the Tokyo American Club this Thursday. I will be eating macaroni and cheese. I will also be in the gym that day, working it off, and it's gonna fit into my macros as well, right? Second part here is gym 3 times a week minimum. So just so you guys know, I went to the gym twice today. As soon as I woke up, I walked 10 minutes to my gym, and then I did 40 minutes on 2 miles an hour on full incline. My feet hurt, and apparently Josh from Eat Lift Programs told me my shoes are shitty for exercising. I thought my shoes were good, but we're gonna have to figure out my shoe situation because my feet are killing me. I'm not gonna lie. And then I went to the gym tonight at 6 p.m. and did legs and shoulders with my man Federico. So I did gym twice a day. So I've already hit my gym 3 times a week minimum, but I'll be going to the gym tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Sunday, I will rest just like God rested because we're basically the same person. Number 3, finish 4 books. So I finished my half of a book or whatever. And it was Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. Fantastic book. People in the chat that need to read that. Josh, Eat Lift Program, you need to be reading Be Obsessed or Be Average. Sam, you need to be reading Be Obsessed or Be Average. Elijah, you have it in you. You have the fire in you, buddy. You need to read Be Obsessed or Be Average. Who else is in the chat that needs to read it? And that's pretty much who I believe are in need of it. Because I just know these guys, they've been with me for a long time, and I just know they're kind of like the super self-driven type. Pavlo, you'll make the cut if you can read it. I don't know if they have it in Russian, but they do have it in English. Fantastic book. So I'll go over my 4 book lists, and we're going to show everybody on the show. I'm going to highlight the men who are actually participating in Inner Game July. And I will say this. Now, there's a lot of guys who are participating now, and I want to commend you for starting. However, will you make it to the end of July? Okay, today's July 6th, gentlemen. It's very easy to start. Okay? It's very easy to start. It's hard to finish. Who is going to finish with me? Who is going to be at the end of the race with me? 4, 1 self-improvement activity daily. For me, it was engaging in red light therapy. Also reading my book. I just did a lot of business consultations today. I did a lot of self-improvement. This is just like a fraction of my daily life, just so you guys know. Number 5, track your weight. I'm now down to 85 kilograms. Yesterday I was 86. Now I'm 85. Pre-vacation, I was like 82, 83. The target is 77. I'm not intending to do that in this month. But, that's just the goal is to get the weight down. Because I was on vacation and just doing nothing but eating high-calorie food and laying around. Number 6, no affirmations, positive affirmations, positive visualization of what you want done in your life, and just stuff in general that that's just going to be good for your overall life vision, whatever the case may be. That's what we're gonna do. So affirmations are huge. And then the last one is no negative people. 0 negative people. I swear to fucking God, if anybody is negative to me or anything along those lines, I will block you. Believe you me, I block people on Instagram all the time. I have 13,000 followers on Instagram. I have plenty of people to block if you want to act like a goddamn fool. So, no negative people in your life, no negative coworkers, no negative family members, all that stuff. No bueno, no quiero, no necesito. It's all unnecessary. So, no negative people, no negative lifestyles, none of that shit. Okay. No negative doggy barking. Happy Chan, don't bark at me. So, those are the rules. So, participate. Join me. Real quick. So, I'm going to tell you. So, I'm going to just be on. We're going to review the guys for a second, but I just want to tell you. So, I engaged my Intergame July stuff today. And we're going to go over my daily routine real quick, just so you guys can know. So, Sunday night, I ordered a personal pan pizza from Domino's. And it was half tropical pizza, which is ham and pineapple, and half mayonnaise and potato. Very Japanese, very delicious. Sliced roast potatoes, pepperoni, and mayonnaise baked on it. Japanese mayonnaise too. Really good. And probably sounds disgusting to a lot of Americans, but super, super good. You have not lived until you've eaten a piece of pizza with sliced baked potato on it and baked mayonnaise with pepperoni and Tabasco sauce. Fire. So it was good going down. Not gonna lie, but on because it was Sunday was the last day of my vacation, so I was like, this last day I'm just gonna have a pizza, and it was really good. But Sunday or Monday morning I woke up and I was kind of feeling like a little like sad or like not I don't want to say like depressed, but like I was just feeling like gloomy. And I know it's because of the food. Like when I eat bad food like that, my body like responds. And so Monday ate clean all day, hit it hard in the gym, did all my stuff. And then today, like I already feel like super mentally clear. Just feel fantastic. Fantastic. I lived a whole day. It's 11 p.m. right now in Japan. I woke up at 8:30 this morning and I'm like super energized and like ready and roaring to go. I also had like a huge scoop of pre-workout at 5:30, so that could have something to do with it. But I'm feeling good, feeling really good. So let me show you the men who are actually participating in Intergame July. So take a look here. So once you decide to participate, I want you to tag me on Instagram so I can showcase your success. And believe you me, I'm already tired of fucking tagging everybody and putting them on my stories, but it's not for me. It's for you. I want to give you guys as little bit of motivation as possible. And not a little bit, as much as motivation as possible. Let's see. Maybe I am a little tired. But anyways, tag me, Hot Dude Life. And let's take a look at the men who have been doing it. So I'm just going to go through my day. It says, screenshot, join me, brothers. So there's our man Pablo doing his red light therapy and watching me at the same time. There's our buddy Jacob. Cody in the chat reading Sovereign Individual. There's his breakfast. Christian Matico, the most consistent man in the Hot Dude Army, working out. Let's see. Then this is Brandon. This question mark was a mistake, but he's doing it. There's Happy. And then I said, let's see who makes it to the end of July. So Camden the Conqueror says he's down. So this is my first book. I'll be starting this. I'm going to reread this book. I love this book. This book changed my life. So I'm going to read Compound Effect. And this is only 4 hours long. And I've almost achieved full psychopath status where I can listen to a book on Audible at 3x speed. But we're at 2.0. I'm listening at 2x now, so that's good. Next book, number 2, Winning by Tim Grover. I've heard nothing but great things about this book, as well as Rich Cooper, my man. I had a consultation with Rich earlier today. Great friend, great guy behind the camera too. Just all around fantastic person. He recommended this book, so I'll be reading that. Think Big and Kick Ass in Business and Life by our man, my personal Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. All hail the God Emperor, for he was cheated out of the election. And now we got fucking Joe Biden. Wake up at 9:30 a.m. Joe Biden. Somebody get the man a fucking a binky. Jesus. And then The Miracle Morning for Entrepreneurs. This is book number 4, and I actually will be one-upping you all and reading a 5th book. This is our brother Dax talking about his books he's going to be reading. He says, I see you, hot dude. And then here's books by our buddy Brandon. Here are books by Cody. Really good books here. Jaybird Music, here's his books. Casual Cool Dude, he is actually doing his books as well. I really think this is awesome. General Patton's Principles for Life and Leadership. I want to read this. I've read these books. I actually listened to The Science of Success in 2015. I kid you not, 10 times in a row. 10 times in a row I listened to this book. Wallace D. Wattles, Old School American Wisdom. 10 out of 10 recommend this book. I literally listened to this book 10 times in a row. This is how bad I wanted success, guys. All right? That's how bad I wanted it. Do you want it? You tell me. You don't tell me, you show me. We're going to see how full this list is on July 30th. We're going to see who sticks through all the way to the end. I know Christian Matico is going to stick it through. There's Pablo. He says, I will be Intergame July champion, but I said, not with this music. Oh, Pablo, you're so weird. There's Cody talking about his macros. Good work. This is A Butte, Sergio in the chat. This is just me talking about how much I love this guy, fucking Mayweather. It's my buddy Donnie doing his fasting. He's a fasting maniac. Here's P. Willie doing good. Hooks are a little wide, a little open for counters. The jab's a little stiff, but we're making progress. He's got some power behind those arms. Those hooks gotta tighten them up a little bit. You're gonna get put to bed. Here is okay. So then I start off my morning. Here's like my morning.
Money on my mind.
All right. Taking some vitamins because gained about 4 kilos on vacation. I mean, doesn't look too bad, but a majority of that's water weight. But let's get going. Protein receipts. Here we go. Starting off the day right. 25 grams. And
you guys don't donate $100 right now, you're a beta male.
Oh, I got a donut already.
You're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
Would you say Japan is an example of old order thinking regarding dating? Yes. Rollo mentions old order, new order thinking in a lot of his videos. Yes. Definitely Japan is more old school in a good way.
50 grams. A little bit of uncut cocaine in there.
Nothing like starting your day off right with some cocaine. That was creatine, by the way. Our man Billy, just Chadzilla, this guy, reading his books, listing his books off as well, and it's
you guys don't
stuff.
donate $100 right now.
My brother,
you're a beta
thanks for the
male.
donation.
You're cuck. You're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
and that's
Offie Kingdom says, morning, brother. Listen to Dominance Mindset or a King. Sending positive energy and blessings to all your players. Thank you so much. Thank you, buddy. Hot Fit Dude, there's his books. Compound Effect, Winning. He's copying me, which is a good thing to do. Rich Dad Poor Dad, fantastic book. And The Art of Seduction, really good stuff. That was my dinner last night. It was delicious. I had salad with avocado, mashed potatoes, and steak. 10 out of 10 would eat. That's our man Patricio, South America, checking in. Here's me with some creatine on my lip right there.
Heading to the gym to do some extra cardio because I was a little fatkins on vacation, but I enjoyed it. No regrets. For the record, I do not want to be here, but I'll do a little update after. I guarantee I'm going to feel amazing.
So that felt good. Then Feel Good is she's talking about his book there. Jay Starr, so he's reading a book, but I told him self-improvement books. Don't read 1984 and be depressed. Read self-improvement books, boys. No need to put poison into your mind. This book is fantastic. So good, man.
Frequency we're talking about 13,000 speed.
So here's me triple one-upping all you guys. I was drinking water, hydrating early in the morning, listening to my book, and doing red light therapy at the same time.
Engagements, 1,100 articles, thousands of lash strings, 3 million flight miles. That's before I bought 10X. Who knows how many cold calls? All that cumulative trial and error led me to explode into overnight success.
And this will be my 5th book, and I highly recommend this. I've already escaped the rat race, but a lot of you guys are still stuck in it. This guy, MJ DeMarco, The Great Rat Race Escape from Wage Slavery to Wealth, How to Start a Purpose-Driven Business and Win Financial Freedom for a Lifetime. Such a great author. I have not read this book, but Unscripted I've read. Millionaire Fastlane I've read, and I'm just such a huge fan of this guy. He really knows what he's talking about, so I look forward to this book being fantastic. So I'll be reading 5 books in the month of July. Check and mate, Dax.
I've been given so
And here's our boy, Jay Bird. Locking your elbows out at the top of that, but be careful, buddy. But good to see you lifting weights at home. That music hurts my ears. Here's me being extremely attractive.
I'm so fucking sexy.
Yes, I am.
I'm on a new level.
Oh, yeah.
On a new level.
He's got the new refrigerator. You see that? Touch open. Look at that. Just touch the panel. Touch it. Look.
I'm on a new level.
I have a dream.
There's our buddy Randall heading out, doing his. He did some rowing and then he did some running. Or actually, it was a bike and then running. Good work on that. Donnie is doing his salt water preparations for the electrolytes to help him with the fasting. Okay.
Meant to be. It's up to me.
And there's Billy. He's also part of Team Ninja. He has a Ninja blender just like me, so he's a rich man. There's Colored Alive doing his stuff. There's Peter DaCosta, his book. There's me, Jim Round 2. I can't
You
get a
guys
copyright
don't
strike.
donate $100 right
music
now.
off.
You're a beta male. You're a
Right.
cuck. You're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
Beastly Nerve. He says, haha, I didn't know I was unofficially participating in Inner Game July. Affirmations, gym books, best of luck, bros. Great stuff, man. Happy to see you here doing that. There's the refrigerator. So we got the coconut waters. We got the Oikos protein. We got the ribeye steaks, grass-fed. We got the Wagyu, grass-fed. We got the Australian grass-fed red beef. We got the limes. Got a little bit of OJ. That's going to be like my cheat meal. Sorry, Josh. How bad is that going to destroy my fitness? Please let me know. I got some salad there. There's me doing some maxes on the overhead press. Just 135 for 2, but not bad. So that was tough. It was super tough. Just so you know, that is not a belly. All right, that is my massive abdomen. I have fucking huge abs. Look at that. It's pure muscle. Pure muscle. I'm like a Russian bear wrestler. Oh yeah. Oh, who's your daddy? Oh, that was so hard to remember, but my bones are hurting just looking at this. There's Billy. There's our man in the Hot Dude Army. Look at this. Look at this guy. I'm trying to look like Billy. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. Guys, got it. This is what the Hot Dude Army is all about, boys. This is our buddy New Guy who is saying, feeling like shit having to work out at 7 a.m. I said, cry more to get the estrogen out of your system. He did. And then he said, champion now. No excuses, though. Good work. This is Brandon, the only black guy in the country of Georgia. But he's out there in Eastern Europe doing the thing. There's Federico going ham on the back extensions. And I got to skip my next story. It's a close friend story. Hold on. It's a private one. Okay, let's go back. All right, and then here we go. Rich Dad, Poor Dad being read. Cody waking up this morning, 5 a.m., going to the gym. Cody in the chat. I got some ice finally. My ice maker is working. I was very happy. And then Hot Girl
Let's
Summer.
see the happy. Let's see the summer cut. Oh yeah.
There's Hot Girl Summer, happy. There's Christian Matico, the most consistent man in the Hot Dude Army. There's Pablo using his red light therapy incorrectly. And then there's Cody saying, post-workout, I love plain Greek yogurt. I'm weird. No, it's not. It's really popular over here. So, again, wanted to just take this part of the stream to showcase you men out there, the real men out there, participating in the Inner Game July grind. So, here we go. Again, take a screenshot, tag me. Believe you me, my battery is like getting shredded on my phone because I'm getting all these DMs, all these alerts. My eyes are bleeding from excessive Instagram use, but I bleed for you out there, my friend, my comrade, my great member of the Hot Dude Army. I'm here for you. So, no eating out unless for business. Gym 3 times a week minimum. Finish 4 books. 1 self-improvement activity daily. Track your weight. Affirmations. No negative people. Keep it going. Remember, it's easy to start, but let's see who's there at the end on July 30th. Will you be there? I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. Will you be there? Okay. Ask yourself, will you join me? And together, we shall rule the galaxy. Or are you going to join Team Excuses? So yesterday, if you didn't see the show yesterday, oh God, excuse me. If you didn't see the show yesterday, it got over 2,000 views in less than 24 hours. Really crazy. I was also dressed like a hobo. But we talked about the emotional and physical abuse in my childhood. So if you did not see episode 1, it's 2 hours long. You can go listen to it. It's really good stuff. But I just want to show you some of the comments as well. This guy, for example, says, great intro, MLD. You're touching on some of the core issues and helping men out. You're a damn saint. Thank you. Right? And then Caleb says, videos like this made me realize how blessed I was to have an intact family that didn't physically abuse me growing up. Watching this inspired me to work harder towards my goals. And I really appreciate you taking the time to make this video and give people like me perspective on how much we have to be happy about, right? Here we go. 1,000-pound squat max. Parents' use of emotional manipulation can turn you into sociopaths. So true. But, the episode was really resounding with a lot of people. Kazuhiro Miller, he's here, and he says, time to heal. Better late than never. Hey, by the way, maybe go and check out one of these card shops and get a handful, maybe not from that generation, but a handful of those hollow replicas just to give them back to a child who had to throw them away. Oh, that's so nice of you. What a nice guy.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Cuban libertarian. If you don't understand the joke, just leave the chat right now. Kazuhiro Miller. Cuban libertarian. Did hypnotherapy. It works. It does. DJ says, been following you for years. I like this version of you who's authentic and honest and not trying to be someone else. Keep it up. I had a little chit chat with him. I said, never tried to be someone else. I've always been real. And I've always been real. And I will always be real to the day I die. Okay. King Life says, yo, MLD, your haters have all been exposed. Black Pill Truth is someone. Oh, yeah. No, I talked with him. I'm going to delete that just because we talked to the guy. No, all the Black Pill guys, they're all coming, and every knee is bowing and every tongue is confessing. MLD, you were right. We were wrong. If you notice, the Black Pill Truth channel is deleted. The CD Truth channel is deleted. They're all coming to see the light, and Sydney's days are numbered. So it is all good, bros. It is all good because I am on the side of truth. I'm on the side of doing good, and I am a good person, and that's the only receipt I need. I get results for you. You guys watching me know I'm the real deal. And I will continue to persist because I'm a winner. And at the end of the day, my enemies are the Black Pill guys. And the Black Pill guys are losers. And losers lose and winners win. And I'm going to continue to win. And they're going to continue to lose because winners win and losers lose. That's why they gravitate towards the Black Pill. Okay? just going to keep on leading all of us to victory. King Life says, karma catches up to them all. That he does. He does. So, anyways, so we're going to talk today about how the childhood abuse affected me. And, it may seem on like a surface level, we're going to be talking about like hey, this is how the abuse affected me and my life and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to talk about how it affects you out there as well, because I have guys in their 40s who are, they are still being affected by their childhood stuff now in present day life, right? And so, it's really important. And I have to stress to you that if you're a man out there and you had trauma in your childhood, abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, if you were raped by a woman or a man or something, okay, you're not alone. This happens, and you need to get healing. You need to fix these things in your life. Physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, it happens. It's a cold world, man. It's an evil world we live in here. And the thing is, if you continue to go through life with these parts of your psyche untreated and unhealed, and I'm not talking about drug you up with medications and shit like that, but like talking about real healing, then you will never be able to go through life being exactly who you need to be, okay? You will never be optimized. You'll be like a car stuck in third gear or fourth gear or second gear, okay? And so it's so important for you to get out there and really handle this part of your life, because if you don't handle it, it's just going to make, like if you're here and you're trying to make yourself better and trying to make your life better, right? If you're trying to do it with an unhealthy mind, unclean mindset, right? It's an uphill battle, and it's one you're probably going to lose. Once I got my trauma and all that stuff healed and removed out of me, it was like, it's just like my success is just like skyrocketing now. So, we're going to talk about, thanks, Eric. Come back later. We love you. So here, I'm going to talk about this. All right. So, I'm going to talk about the three things that affected me. Okay. So the three things that we had, the number one was obviously the number one thing that was the most bad was the emotional abuse by Aunt Millie. Okay. And so there was emotional abuse, and then there was physical abuse by my cousin Kale, who beat me up for 3 years in a row. And then there was the mental abuse. Okay. And this was the mental abuse by false belief systems from mom. Okay. And then it wasn't necessarily abuse, but also this thing, it was a kind of a thing that was that fucked with me. This was the no father. This also manifested in some trauma and some insecurity that I need to fix. Okay. So we'll talk about the emotional abuse too. And the thing is this, guys, a lot of guys who come to the red pill space and the men's self-healing space, right? You see, dating and getting girls should be natural for most of you, but your parents fucked you up, okay? And America is known for being like a family of broken homes, a nation of broken homes, broken families, right? Like, if you probably have not noticed this for all you guys, but pay attention now. If you ever paid attention to all of the bless me. If you paid attention to all the dramas and movies and everything, it's like a consistent theme. There's divorce, there's broken families. It's the guy simping for the wife, and it's even happening in more modern stuff like Rick and Morty, right? What's the dude's Jerry? Jerry is married to Rick's daughter, and he's just like a fucking loser of a father, pussy. Everybody makes fun of him. They call him gay. They put him in a lot of like humiliating homosexual positions and emasculate the man in there. Family Guy, Peter Griffin, fat fuck, idiot, moron. Homer Simpson, fat fuck, idiot, moron. King of Queens, right? Fat fuck, moron. Has a hot wife somehow. It's in the movies. It's always the guy's just an idiot. The woman's just like rolling her eyes like, oh my God. That was the one thing I hated about Iron Man, was how Pepper Potts was just like this insufferable cunt. And Tony's like, bitch, I'm a motherfucking billionaire. How about you shut the fuck up and be grateful that you're with me? That's what he should have done. But, simping is a profitable business. Hank Hill. Hank Hill was more of a man than all of them, though, because at least Hank Hill stood up to Peggy once in a while. Hank Hill is a man's man. I like Hank Hill. His son was a pussy, Bobby. But that's just the norm in America, right? And the thing is, guys who come to this area, the red pill space, the men's self-improvement thing, the biggest problem is they're fucked up in one area and they think it's just like, oh, I didn't understand hypergamy, or I didn't understand all bitches are hoes and cheaters or whatever, right? It's not that. It's deep here. Something's off. And especially that's why people were even more fucked up in the black pill community, in the MGTOW community, right? You've never seen, like, every guy that's been exposed from the black pill community, like when you see who he really is, you see his real life. Like, for example, Sydney, right? When you see him, you're like, oh, this guy's a 54-year-old loser who lives in his mother's basement. His co-host or whatever, Scribe, says he's like an MMA champion, fighting guy. Turns out this guy's a fat fuck, and I knew it from day one when I heard him talking. I'm like, this is a fat fucking keyboard warrior, dude. He's like, oh yeah, I have game, and I get bitches in Panama and whatever. Look him up. Look up his mugshot. He's got literally like 4 chins. He wants to come make fun of my physique. I challenge you to a 40-yard dash, motherfucker, and then a full MMA fight. Anyways, but you see that those guys, when the veil is removed from the facade that they're putting on, you see that behind the scenes they're just really fucked up, mentally fucked up people, and they come from fucked up families. You want to see what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting here, guys? There's everything goes back to your mindset. Okay, you look at your life right now. Look at everything. Okay. Yeah, Thor 1 versus Thor 3, dude. Ryan A, great analysis. Hated Thor 3. I liked Thor 1. He was just so based and like masculine and awesome. And then Thor 3, he was like a fucking bumbling buffoon, and it was annoying to say the least. Especially when he threw the ball at the red ball at the glass, and it like came back and hit him in the head. I'm like, they're making the God of Thunder like a bumbling fool. And then they made him Fat Thor, and I kind of understood. I could get the Fat Thor thing because like everybody in the galaxy died because of him, so he became depressed. That I can get. But it all goes back to poor mental programming. Everything. But once you can fix it up here, everything gets fixed, guys. Everything gets fixed. Okay? Everything. So we'll talk about here. I'm going to talk about how it manifested in my dating life. Okay? Oh yeah, Thor and Love and Thunder is going to be terrible. The only way to save the MCU, I'll say it right now, I think this next phase of the MCU is going to be awful. The only way to save the MCU is if they center everything around Doctor Strange, mentoring, and raising up Tom Holland as Spider-Man to be a superhero. That's the only way you're going to save it. Anything else, it's just all going to burn, and I'm going to laugh. So the emotional abuse, right? Let me talk about this. So the emotional abuse, what it did to me was it gave me a fear of rejection, okay? Because I was constantly told I wasn't good enough. I was constantly told I'm bad. I'm not good enough. You're a bad boy. You're wicked. You're a little devil. You know, you're snake of the year. You're this of the year. You're that of the year, whatever, right? And so the fear of rejection was kind of embedded in me. And how this manifests in your dating life is when you start to get a girl that likes you, this is what happens, right? You start to think, you start to accuse all girls of cheating. Okay? You start to accuse all girls of cheating. And I see this happens a lot with a lot of guys, even dating coaches or whatever, right? And the reason they believe all the girls are cheating and are just like cheating bad girls is because they have rejection issues. Okay? And here's what happens. I'm going to break it down for you, okay? This may be very, very familiar for a lot of you guys out there. This is like primo content, man. I'm telling you, this is so good. All right. So now when you're accusing all the girls of cheating, this is exactly what happens, okay? So you like the girl, okay? Or let's just say the girl. So you like the girl, okay? But inside, you feel unworthy because I'll just use my stuff for an example. I would feel unworthy deep down inside because of the emotional trauma that was given to me as a childhood by the constant belittlement, the constant negative words, all that bullshit being said to me. You constantly feel unworthy, and then you believe she is cheating. Now, I'm not saying it's like it's 2:00 in the morning and her phone starts ringing and you met her off of Bumble and she disappears for days on end. Like, those are like, okay, she's probably a cheating slut. But when everything's kind of good, you start making up ideas thinking that she is cheating as well, okay? And also, the no father thing. So if you have no father and or no mother, you will also have abandonment issues, which I had a deep abandonment issue about my dad leaving, right? So you believe everybody is going to leave, therefore you believe she's cheating as well due to these compounding events, and thus then what happens? Your behavior chases her away. Shout out to all the girls that are watching me that I had sex with. I love you all. Take a look into my mind, baby. It's really funny. A lot of girls are watching this, by the way. It's so funny. Your behavior chases her away, and then you're like, oh, you know why? You don't realize it was a behavior. You go back to here. You're like, oh, it's because I was unworthy. And it becomes a cycle. So you like the girl, but inside you feel unworthy. You believe she's cheating. Your behavior chases her away. You think because you're unworthy. Then you go get another girl. You like her. Then you feel, oh, fuck, I'm unworthy. I think she's cheating. Your behavior chases her away. Oh, she left me because I'm unworthy. And you create this endless cycle. Endless cycle. Okay? So that's how the fear of rejection can fuck with you. Okay? And that's just with girls. It could fuck with you in your friendships. You think everybody's conspiring against you. You don't trust anybody. You develop trust issues. A lot of bad things that can come from this. And if you don't get this healed, then this will be an ongoing repetitive pattern for the rest of your life. Okay, Anthony had that with his mom. He had Anthony, the tattoo guy who called in, and he was, remember the terrible woman he was involved with? This is what I was telling him he's got to get to hypnotherapy and get this stuff cleared out. And Thursday, I'll be having a live hypnotherapist come on here and talk to everybody. Mr. Ryan Fowler from innermasculine.com will be joining us on Thursday. Okay? So, the fear of rejection, right? And abandonment issues, these were two things that were part of the big problem, right? Now, the physical abuse, it led to... Oh, did that get thicker? ADD intensifying. This led to anxiety. Because when you're constantly getting your ass beat as a kid, it's a double-edged sword. This really dialed all my senses to 11. And so that was really good, right? Now that turned up all my senses because, I was being hunted by predators. I was in a predatory environment. So it manifests in anxiety. So it did give me a heightened sense of perception of all my senses, which is good. Like my hearing, I would put things together way quicker, faster than everybody else. And I think it's just due to being in a heightened alert sense of state of being for like 4 years, right? Now the anxiety also was burned into me. Right? I still have anxiety to this day. Not bad, like I fucking freak out and like have a asthma attack or whatever. But it does there are moments where I just have anxiety attacks. Did I spell this word correctly? It looks like I did. Anxiety. I think I did, yeah. Living in Japan, you start to forget English. Fear, rejection, and then anxiety, right? So then what happens is this too. Your fear of rejection, it fuels your feelings of unworthiness. And then this plus anxiety equals, what do you think it gives you? Feelings of unworthiness plus anxiety. Let's see how smart and everybody's paying attention. 30 seconds on the chat. Type it in. Go. What do you think it gives you? Type it in the chat. All right. Killer Beast said simp tendencies. Cody Mouse says depression. Robert Miller says depression. Fox Wolf says ED. Artemis says low self-esteem. Stress says Wade Emery. Beastly Nerd says depression and paranoid. Viren's SS4 says depresso. Zubair says insecurities. And the correct answer is by Mr. Beastly Nerd. Yes, this gives you paranoia. Okay? When you start hyper-analyzing everything, you're like, oh my God, she liked my photo at 4 p.m., but she said she was at work. She must have been sucking a guy's dick. She looked left in our photo and to the up and left, so she must be lying. All women are whores. Hypergamy doesn't care. And it just creates this paranoia. Okay? And this paranoia, you see, this is the unsexy side of dating that nobody wants to talk about, but I know a lot of guys have been going through this. Over the last 2 years, I've had 3,250 plus students come to me and learn from me, okay? So these are the unsexy issues that nobody wants to talk about, but these are the most important things, because once you cure all of this, you virtually have nothing stopping you other than time and death. That's it. You cure this stuff and you can do whatever the fuck you want in life. Okay? So when you get the paranoia, right, you think it's in your head, but it manifests in your actions. It manifests in your actions. Okay? Little things. Jumping to conclusions. False accusations. Okay? That's another thing. Very good. Will in the chat. Feelings of unworthiness plus anxiety also gives you this thing called... Oh, I can't. Am I covering it? Okay, I'm good. Okay. This gives you things called rumination. And I know, okay, I'm going to tell you what rumination is, and I want you guys all to be very honest with me. You tell me one, you put 1 in the chat if you are guilty of rumination. You put 2 if you are not guilty of it. What rumination is you reflect on bad things that happened to you in the past, and you also daydream about bad things happening to you in the future. You literally visualize bad things happening to you in the future. Put a 1 if that has happened to you. Put a 2 if you never have done that. I used to be very guilty of rumination. Very, very guilty. I'm no longer guilty of it. But I was. And we got PL9000 with the 1, Will with the 1, Artemis with the 1, Wild Bill 1, Tony 1, JP 1, Spark 55 1, Rene Le Leon 2, Hurol Incy 1, John Alba 1, Brandon LeBlanc 1, Shane 1, Cody 1, Brent Caldwell 1, Abdel 1, Beastly Nerd 2, good for you, Ryan 1, Feel Good 1, Seth 1, Pro Special 1, 100% guilty. Renee, I got you 2. I already read it. Peter DaCosta 1, Elijah 1.5, Adventures of the Electric Lamp 2, good for you, buddy. Wade Emery 1, The Fox Wolf 1, Eston 1, and working on it. Sergio, I visualize my death sometimes. That is dark as fuck. I'm very proud of you for admitting that. Patricio 1, Ryan Baldwin 1. I sometimes do this when I have a hard time falling asleep, says Zubair. Alonzo Williams 1, Ethereal Warrior 1, Daniel Mendez 1. Samishi says, not as much as I used to, but 1. And Bakali Medi 1. You see? Now, the reason I'm reading this out, because I know there's guys who are not pushing the 1 button, but are definitely thinking like, fuck, this guy's like really talking to me right now. Okay? And the point is, I'm trying to reach as many men as possible to let you know you're not alone. This shit is unhealthy, and you can definitely cure it. Okay? You can definitely cure it. There is hope, okay? I want to tell you that, okay? There is absolute hope, and you can cure this. So all this stuff I'm telling you as well, I would do to myself. I would visualize myself getting cancer and having everybody feel sorry for me. And it was just so fucking weird and unhealthy. And thank God I got a hold of the habit and realized it when I was 25. And it took me like 4 years to really catch myself in these negative thought patterns and then get them going and get them out. God, I'm burping a lot. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. High protein diet. Get a little acidity when I burp too. What's that all about? Anybody got Pepto-Bismol out there? Oh, I'm feeling a little acid in my throat. But anyways, this is important. Okay? It is totally curable. Okay? Also, please be sure to smash the like button, please, guys. Really need you to smash the like button because I am a slave on the YouTube algorithm plantation. Please, I beg of you, push the like button for the love of God. It's the only thing I ask of you in Intergame July. Just so every time you push the like button, it increases the probability of this message getting out to another man that you can help. So if you hate me, do it for the other guy. I know a lot of people like watch me, but like they view me as like a necessary evil. Like I really hate this MLD guy, but he's got some good stuff. Don't worry, you'll sign up for one of my courses soon enough. But the rumination is really unhealthy, guys. It's so unhealthy, guys. Okay? When you ruminate and you consistently daydream about negativity and daydream about bad stuff happening to you, you're just putting yourself in a negative state of mind, and you're dwelling. What it really is that you're so used to negativity because you come from a fucked up past, or you have some fucked up trauma in your past, in your childhood, and by you creating these negative images, negative thinking patterns in your brain, you're actually creating a form of comfort because you're comfortable with feeling bad. You're comfortable with feeling inadequate. You're comfortable with feeling anxiety. Some people, I knew a girl that I dated, psychopath. That pussy was fire. But every time there was good times in the relationship, she had to make trouble. And in her childhood, she got pregnant when she was 16. She had an abortion. And then her father punched her in the mouth and made her mouth bleed. And he constantly was, beating her ass and, telling her she was a fucking slut for getting pregnant at 16. And the father was running around and the mother as well. And she was just had this extremely chaotic upbringing. So every time there was like peaceful time and like, it was like, cool, let's have dinner, let's have sex, watch a movie, everything's good. Then the next day there would be a problem because she was addicted to chaos. Chaos was the norm for her. Okay? There's girls out there that will put more energy into drama and voicing negativity and voicing their unhappiness in a relationship far more than voicing their happiness, right? One of the I gotta say, like with Miss MLD, right, the artist formerly known as Miss MLD, the best thing about her is she was so psychologically clean. Her parents did a great job raising her. There was never anytime there was drama or fight in a relationship, it was just me and my fucked up issues bringing shit to the surface. She was just very well adjusted, and that was the number one reason I kept her around. And like this is gonna sound pretty fucking mean or whatever, but she was not the prettiest girl. She didn't have the biggest tits. She was not. She was cute. She's a cutie. She's like I would give her like a Tokyo 7, and very smart girl. And this is not like patronizing smart. Like she designed shoes that the Prime Minister of Japan, his wife wore the shoes. And so the Prime Minister is basically the president of Japan, and his wife, the First Lady of Japan, was wearing Miss MLD shoes that she designed. So she was a very talented girl, very well-adjusted girl. All she wanted to do is have peaceful time. I like UFC. She liked UFC. I like cooking. She wanted to master cooking. I like going to the beach in Okinawa. She liked going to the beach in Okinawa. She was a very well-adjusted girl, and she liked peaceful time. She loved her dad. She still loves her dad to this day. She respects her dad. She always thought her grandfather was a badass because her grandfather would drive around without a seatbelt on, smoke cigarettes, and he was a little bit of a bad boy. And she liked that in me because I'm a rebel. I'm not like, I can't be easily tamed, and I never will be. You tame me with a bullet, motherfucker. But she was the complete opposite of the other girl. Like Miss MLD, she strived for creating peace and happiness and shunning turmoil. But the other girl, her name was Michiko. The other girl, Michiko was addicted to trauma, addicted to chaos. And what it was she had tons of, where's my fucking mouse? She had tons of emotional abuse here, okay? She had tons of emotional abuse. So her norm was chaos. Miss MLD's norm was peace. You might know some people like this. You might know some guys like this, right? Guys have these same kind of issues as well. You know, we're always trying to recreate our childhood and what we're used to, okay? And we'll talk about this in regards to money next, okay? So mental abuse, this was also something that happened to me. Mental abuse by false belief systems from my mom, okay? So the biggest problem that my mom gave to me obviously was like, telling me I'm the devil and I'm going to hell and the lake of fire is going to wait for me, and Pokemon is evil and Yu-Gi-Oh is evil and Resident Evil is evil and everything's the devil, Bobby. Everything's the devil. Benjamin Franklin did not create electricity. I created electricity, Bobby. Benjamin Franklin is the devil. Name the movie. Mental abuse caused by, so this is the biggest one for me. Poverty mindset. Okay. So the poverty mindset, what it did to me is, okay, and you could tell me if this happens to you as well, especially for all my brothers out there who grew up in poverty, right? Growing up in poverty is seriously the greatest blessing for every man, though. If you grow up poor as fuck, it gives you an unreplicatable drive for success, okay? Gatorade, Foxwolf, Gatorade. So the poverty mindset, it gave me a financial, here we go. A financial impending doom feeling, okay? So when I first started making, quote, big money for myself, it was in 2014 when I lived in Honolulu, Hawaii. And this was pre-Uber. I was a taxi driver. And on a bad day, I would make $300 net profit. And on a good day, I would make $800 net profit, right? And so for me, this was big money at the time, especially in 2014 when the dollar was 7 years stronger than it is now, right? And despite me making literally thousands of dollars a week, right, I would always be afraid that the money is going to run out. I had this feeling of doom, like just like almost a cloud over my head, feeling like, oh my God, it is only a matter of time before the money runs out. But it was also really weird because I was kind of looking forward to the money running out, because the norm for me was, okay, now I don't have money. Everything's good. This is the norm for me. So by me not having money, I feel comfortable because I'm trying to recreate my childhood, right? But again, through hypnotherapy, traditional therapy, not taking drugs, not doing any of this shit, you can alleviate this poverty mindset. You can absolutely alleviate it, okay? But by having this financial doom feeling, it's the worst feeling in the world, okay? Worst feeling in the world. And, now I have so much like security and mental security in my mind, knowing, because I had my mentor was just talking to me the other day. Somebody in Tokyo, he just got fucking swindled out of a $300 million deal. And we were talking about this over lunch, and the way he just had this mindset of just like ultimate security, ultimate just like peace of mind was just fascinating to me. And he's just like, I know I have already done the skills and become the man that I need to become, that I'll always be okay financially. He's like, the only thing I'm worried about is like my heart stops or I fucking get like cancer or some shit. He's like, but as far as that financial part, it's 100% handled. And I understand it now, especially after I had my poverty mindset removed with hypnotherapy, that I have the same feeling now. Like, I just know that I've internalized that I am the fucking man. And this skill set that I have cultivated is an absolutely globally needed skill set. And even if my YouTube channel got deleted and all this shit, I just know that I could still live a very nice lifestyle, like upper six figures easily. And I don't even need to show my face. I could just fucking disappear into the shadows and still be doing exactly what I want to do, which is making a lot of money, making a lot of muscles, and fucking a lot of hot girls. And I'm very good at all three of those things. So, but by me having this financial impending doom feeling, it was like I was just, it was like I was walking around with a big ball chained around my neck. You know, I'm like, you know, those slave balls they showed back in the day, like, you know, when those people were slaves and prisoners, like, you know, they're like, you know, the black and white stripe thing, like you'd see, like, you know, the old Western movies, all like the fucking bad people are like, you know, wearing like these little fucking shackles with balls around them. And that's how I felt. But once I got the poverty mindset cleansed and removed and taken out of me and had my mindset adjusted properly, that feeling disappeared. And then the next year, my income tripled. Okay. I won't go into the exact numbers, but the number tripled. And it's definitely correlated 100%. But this also, the poverty mindset, when you have this financial impending doom system, you can't really give off the full abundance mindset, okay? Especially when it's coming down to chicks, right? The financial impending doom, this negatively affects your abundance mindset. And when you have a scarcity mindset in one area of your life, it'll bleed over into other areas. Same thing as the opposite. If you have the abundance mindset in one area, it kind of bleeds over into other areas. Like once I figured out the dating thing and I had like this abundance mindset, then it's like, you know, you're kind of like, you know, what's like a good, like, it's like back in the day, like when they would teach a slave to read, they would never try to, they were like, you never want your slaves educated, right? In Egypt, in old America, in any kind of slave context, you don't want your slaves educated, right? You want them dumb, you want them uneducated, and you want them to think like your life is slave life and that's it. But like, you know, that's what you know, the Underground Railroad and all this stuff in American history is like Harry Tubman and all them, they would teach these slaves to read and they would be like, yo, like you have rights, like you're free. So all you need to do is escape and you can have like a better life, right? And once, you know, you learn to read in one area, when you like, or if you take the red pill, right? You take the red pill in finances or let's say you take the red pill with dating, right? I'm just using my example perfectly, right? So you take the red pill and, you know, you learn to read and you realize like, I have options. I have like abundance options. Like I don't have to tolerate this bitch's shit. I don't need to go on 3 dates. I could fucking pick up this chick and fuck her on the first date and have her fall in love with me and keep her around for fucking until I get rid of her. And then you start getting all this freedom and this abundance mindset. And then you start thinking, you're like, well, let's see. I have like my abundance of chicks here and I have my abundance of options. I don't need to look at porn. I don't need to masturbate, right? That's me to this day. I don't need any of these things. So why do I put up with like a shitty job? Why do I have to listen to my boss? Like, this guy's kind of an asshole. There's a lot of other jobs out there. And then you start thinking like, well, maybe what if I just decided to make my own money? Right? Because the abundance mindset also ties in together with accomplishments, right? And the more accomplishments you have, the more confidence you have. And the more confidence you have, the more risk you're more likely to take, right? And then when you take the risk and then you succeed, then you're like, holy shit, your confidence grows. And you're like, well, what if I do this? What if I do this? And then failures and setbacks don't fuck with you as much either. You become far more confident in life and all these things in general, right? So that's why when you have the poverty mindset or any kind of doom feeling, right? Abandonment issues, right? Abandonment issues too, right? They give you a fucking impending doom feeling as well. Thing like, it's only a matter of time before I'm alone. But also when the girls leave you and they leave you by yourself and alone, you're just kind of like, oh, like I feel good. Like this was supposed to happen. You're almost like striving to make it happen. And this is where self-sabotage comes into play as well. We'll talk about that as well. Okay? But once you get rid of this impending doom feeling, this frees your mind, brothers. All you men out there. I don't care where you are listening to me right now. I don't care how old you are, what the color of your skin is, what you believe in Jesus, Allah, whatever the fuck it is, okay? It works for all you guys. Once you get rid of this shit, you take the shackles off of your mind, and then you can truly, truly fly. Okay? But again, it's not, like I said, this is the backbone of a lot of problems in the red pill sphere. A lot of people don't talk about the background of all the guys who have trouble, right? I said, like, over these last 2 years, I've noticed that I've talked to, like, super, like, my buddy, Mark, up in New York, really, like, a super handsome white guy, good-looking white guy, in school to be a nurse, charming, straight teeth, good fashion sense, in good physical shape, and he has trouble with dating, and he has trouble with relationships and women. And after doing a little bit more of a deep dive, I realized that he had a lot of trauma and a lot of broken family issues and a lot of bad relationship with his mom growing up. So what did he look for? He looked for women who were broken. He looked for women that had bad relationships because he was recreating his childhood. He was seeking after it. And he was recreating this turmoil. And it was not until he did a lot of hypnotherapy with Ryan Fowler that he was able to remove these internal demons, right? And then, now, he's a completely different guy. The dating thing is easy. He had a little slip up recently. Fell in love with a little single mom, but it's all good. He had a little slip up. It happens to the best of us. But he's back on the horse now. Okay? It's huge. And there is no ands, ifs, or buts about this, guys.
If you guys don't donate $100
Thank you,
right
Mr.
now,
Acosta.
you're a beta male, you're a cuck, you're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
Noah Acosta, $5 super chat, says, finally caught you live for the first time. Love the content, and I'm here to stay in the Hot Dude Army. We welcome you. Guys, throw some red pills in the chat for that man who is happy to be a member of the Hot Dude Army. If you got a Hot Dude Army membership, throw those red pills in the chat right now. I want to see that chat flooded with red pills. Throw them in there. Okay? This is how we accept and love our brothers. This is what I'm saying. Again, like, this is not sexy content. I don't have flashy cinematics or any of this cool stuff or whatever. But I think this is what really needs to be talked about because this is the core issue. And I think that the mainstream, like, like, I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but, like, a lot of the guys, like the mainstream guys, like, show me your infields or, post your receipts or, what, give me a texting guide. But right here, right here, this is the real thing that's going to solve every problem you have in your life. Because picking up women should be natural, right? I see Rolo's in the chat, and then I talked to Rich earlier. So Rolo had a really good upbringing in regards to his father raising him, and Rich had a great upbringing as well. Barring the hot water being spilled on Rich and burning him, but like physical abuse is nothing, and it wasn't intentional either. It was accidental. It's nothing compared to emotional trauma. It's nothing compared. But those are both two men, for example, who had very well-adjusted upbringings and also had massive amounts of success with women. But when you have a bad upbringing, right, and you have a bad parental model, bad household, everything gets fucked up. And the little simple things like being able to pick up a girl, it becomes like this super hyper complex thing for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big difference there in regards to where the whole red pill space is right now, which is, talking about bitches are sluts and whatever. And I think like the biggest cope is like, on the Fresh and Fit podcast, like all the guys in the chat are like shit talking the girls on the chat. But then Fresh and Fit were telling everybody that like, but behind the scenes, these guys are like sliding these girls' DMs like, oh, baby, I was just joking. Like, you're the one for me, blah, 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 blah. And that goes back to having a broken internal belief system. It's all about what's going on in your mind, boys. Guys, smash the like button too. Por favor, smash the like button. I need to see like 150 likes. Por favor. Onegaishimasu. Please. Sawadi. So, that's a big thing. Okay? It's a huge thing. It all goes back to the mindset, boyos. All goes back to the mindset. See? What else? Let me think. Yeah. Okay. And another thing that again, the feel of rejection, I want to talk more about this. The feelings of unworthiness, right? Okay. This one. I'm not good enough. Now, this is kind of a double-edged sword, and I'll talk about this. So this is the trap that I fell in, right? The I'm not good enough trap. Okay? And how I coped with it was by becoming hyper achievement oriented. I was just like, I'm just going to fucking, like, I want to, and how does everybody do it these days, right? They say, I want to be rich. Not Rich Cooper, but like financially rich. I want to have a lot of sex, right? I want a lot of validation, being popular. Girls use this a lot too, because girls have way more issues these days than guys. Right? When you become hyper achievement oriented, you're looking for these external things, money, sex, validation, right? Recognition. When you're looking for all these things here, right? You're like trying to put a Band-Aid on like cancer. Okay. All of these things are not going to fix your internal issues, because I'll tell you this, not until I had my trauma fully removed, despite me being rich, despite me having sex with a lot of girls, right? Getting validation from people telling me how awesome I am, getting recognition, winning awards, becoming like top salesperson in the company, everything, it still was not able to heal this. which is the root cause. I'm not good enough. I know a lot of guys. Okay. I know a lot of guys. So he doesn't need to bring back the Alpha Zebra. I'll wear that shirt for you later this week. Oh man. You know, one of the biggest things I've seen, and I've seen it go on and on and on and on again, is the hypersexuality thing, right? I think our favorite loser in Brazil, he's a perfect example of what's going on, right? So our buddy, he's talking about, like, he's like, oh, I'm having threesomes and foursums and fivesums, and it's just like, you know, especially when we had the recording of him like openly admitting to like having an abusive relationship with his mother, right? And he's trying so hard to use sex to mask this insecurity of I'm not good enough inside of himself, right? And I see a lot of guys do it. They learn dating and they fuck a lot of girls and they engage in this hypersexuality, right? And it's fine because I did it too. I love having sex with a lot of girls. Listen, having sex on demand and fucking a lot of hoes is awesome. It's fun. It's not fun for a lifetime, but it's definitely fun. And you know, at the end of the day, it is a mask, though. It is a mask. It is a massive mask because you try to hide the fact that you don't feel you're good enough. So you got to go out and fuck a lot of girls. That's the only way. And when you stop fucking the girls, when you stop getting the validation from new girl after new girl and after new girl, guess what? Creeping little demon comes back up to you. I'm not good enough. Oh, you know, I got to go out there and fuck more girls. I got to go get more bitches. I got to have a threesome, a foursome, a fivesome, a sevensome. You know? I mean, it got to the point one time I had sex with 4 girls in 24 hours. It was a good time. It was definitely a fucking awesome time. You know, I mean, this year, was it this year? Yeah, at one point in this year, I like had sex with 5 girls in like 1 week, 7 days. It was awesome. You know, but that was just because I was horny. I was just like hopped up on fucking just testosterone and being fucking ultra chad. I just wanted to get out of my system. But other guys, you know, they have the I'm not good enough thing. And no matter whatever you do, excuse me, no matter whatever you do, that nagging feeling I'm not good enough comes back. And it comes from the nagging I'm not good enough, right? It comes from trauma and abuse. Some of you guys out there may be thinking of this stuff and you're like, oh, this doesn't relate to me. But I'm telling you, there's more guys that in this corner of the internet that can relate to this stuff than cannot relate to that stuff. Okay? And it's because, again, this is a corner of the internet where all the men are not fully awakened. They are, for lack of better words, and it is what it is, but they are broken. And they come to me to get fixed, to get healed. And, you know, that's why, you know, I open these coaching sessions and these coaching programs, because you're not going to get healed in like one consultation. You're not going to get healed by reading one book. Okay. It takes time to unfuck you. Okay. If you've been screwed up 25 years of your life, 30 years of life, 35, 45, 55, whatever, we're not just going to unfuck you in like 2 weeks. It is an ongoing process that is, quite frankly, a lifelong process. But I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. Okay? Especially for you guys that watched my show yesterday where I highlighted all the shit that fucked me up and ruined me when I was like, robbed me of my childhood, right? The thing is this, I'm telling you, as a man who has done the work, dude, it is the best feeling in the world to heal yourself and achieve the dream that you want in life. To, at first this whole started off, I just wanted to make $10,000 a month. That was all it was. It was just $10,000 a month. There were the two goals I had: $10,000 a month, and I wanted to sleep whenever I wanted to sleep and wake up whenever I wanted to wake up. And that's where because I already achieved the sexual part. I've handled that. I mastered that. But it gave me the confidence to try for something new. And so by engaging in nonstop health awareness and nonstop mental health improvement exercises for literally, at this point, literally over a decade. I still do stuff to this day because there's maintenance required as well to handle what you need to handle. So you got to handle, there's ongoing maintenance. Like, you have to maintain your muscles and your body and stuff in the gym. You also need to maintain your muscles and your bodies and your mind. So what I'm trying to say is it's totally worth it, right? For example, Brent, for example, in the chat is a guy that came to me in 2019, I believe. Was it 2019 or 2020? I think it was. I think it was 2020, last year. Brent, let me know. Type in the chat. January, but no. You came earlier. You were like, I remember you. Was it January 2020? Wow, because I remember you were in pandemic pickup as well. But for example, I'm gonna use your story as an example, Brent. Brent was a guy, came to me, and he was living in his father's house on the East Coast, right? And so his father was a narcissistic abuser. And I remember Brent came to me. Brent was like 20. How old when you came to me, Brent? Like 24, 25, right? And Brent, in the chat, he was outlining the fact that his father was using Brent to manage his rental properties, but also like psychologically torturing the kid, bullying him, shit talking him, saying all these bad shit while keeping him a slave literally in the family business. And I told Brent, I said, Brent, here's the deal, man. First and foremost, he was 25 when he came to me. I said, first and foremost, you got to realize that you are a strong man because you realized something was wrong with your life and you realized that you wanted to get this shit handled. And you were man enough to sign up for the course and show up to the Zoom sessions and ask questions and participate in your own rescue. And so that was starting off in January 2020. And in the middle of the fucking pandemic, Brent had the biggest balls, man. I tell you what. We told him that he's like, I heard property's good, and he had a good sense of things because if you pay attention now, he's like, I heard property and stuff is good in Texas. And the market's going to boom. And he's like, I want to go out there. I want to own a bunch of houses. I want to do shit for myself. And in the middle of the fucking pandemic, he packed up all his shit. He told his dad to go to hell. And he moved to Texas. And he's been doing the work on himself. He's been doing a lot of hypnotherapy. And he had a lot of trauma and a lot of things that were fucking with his brain. And it was also affecting his dating life. And he was not having the success that he wanted with women. He was kind of being weak and supplicating the communication with the girls. He was, he would record some of the conversations and plan for us, like, what's wrong with me? What's going on? And to be honest with you, and I hate to say it, but like him and also Elijah in the chat, Elijah told me he wanted to be this crypto kid, and I was like kind of like 50-50. I was like, I don't know if this fucking kid is gonna is he gonna stick through with it? But Elijah proved me wrong. You guys know Elijah in the crypto mindset course. And Elijah is doing very well for himself as a young man. Like I don't even think Elijah is 22 yet. Elijah's got more money than grown men saved up. Unfortunately, he lost all of the money in a boating accident in the middle of Montana. It was devastating, and your crypto losses are in our prayers, brother. But he did it. He persisted, and Brent is the same way. Brent persisted, And he got rid of the trauma. He got rid of the mental issues. He got rid of all the problem. And guess what else started coming? He started getting dates. And he started, and honestly, Brent had a very long path, guys. Brent, honestly, I thought Brent was going to quit because I just like, this guy has been through hell, and I would be surprised if he stuck it through. And I am so glad that I'm wrong. Brent went on, like, I think it was like an 11-month dry spell or 9-month dry spell or something. And he just kept persisting. He kept trying to figure it out. And, you know, in the meantime, he was doing great in the gym, fantastic body, working as an auto mechanic, getting certification after certification after certification, making a fuckload of money, in the process of getting his first house under his belt right now. Not even fucking 27 yet. Okay. And Brent will tell you, you know, it was tough. It was tough, man. It was tough. It was really tough for him. And, but it was totally worth it. I mean, I guarantee you Brent would do it all over again. But it all stemmed down to his dad bullying him and dad telling me, you're a fucking loser. You're not good enough. You're a piece of shit. And, you know, Brent was like a bullied dude when he came to me, man. It was really sad. But I just saw, like, you know, so I was like, dude, you're like a young, good-looking white guy, man. Like, the world is your fucking oyster. And, you know, it all came back to the broken belief system in his head. But once he started doing the sessions with Ryan and, you know, doing the self-help and reading good books, taking care of himself, his health, you know, he's having sex now. He's going on a fuckload of dates. You know, he's having a lot of, like, he is making massive progress, massive progress. And not like, oh, I feel good for myself. Like, no, like, he's making money. He's fucking girls. He's getting more jacked than ever. And he's educating himself. He's on this relentless path right now. And he's not even 30. Like, by the time he's 30, holy shit, man. You know, this kid's going to be, it's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. But again, going back to this here, right? When you have emotional trauma, when you have physical abuse, right? A lot of you guys, you know, King Dre's in the house, and he shared with me his mom viciously beat his ass as well. My mom viciously beat my ass, beat me with PlayStation cords, electric cords, a wooden spoon, threw my PlayStation at me. You know, she's the island mom. She just beat the fuck out of me because her dad did that shit. That's all she knew. That can fuck with you unless you get the therapy, you get the hypnotherapy, and you heal this shit. The poverty mindset, you know, a lot of things too, like the unworthiness. I'll go this here. Feelings of worthiness, you know what this also leads to? This is a huge one. That's the silent killer in America. But it's really sad. I'm going to erase this one because we're not going to talk about that anymore. But the I'm not good enough also, okay? This leads to addiction. Okay? And specifically, let's talk about drug addiction. How many of you guys just know that one person that's like, I'm telling you, like, I'm finally going to quit. I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes, or I'm going to stop doing coke, or I'm going to stop, you know, smoking weed or whatever. And what happens? Right? They briefly stop. Right? They briefly stop. And then trauma resurfaces and they go back to the drugs. All comes back to they're living a good life, they're feeling good, like they get these feelings of goodness about them, right? But the trauma resurfaces. What is that trauma? I'm not good enough. And that, what does that do? Creates self-sabotage. And then what do? ultimate form of self-sabotage. Go back to drug. But this also, just so you guys know, this also goes for food addiction. Okay? Food addiction. I'm going to go on a diet. How many of you guys know a fat person with like, they got a treadmill at home, they got creatine, they got protein, they've got whey powder, they got, ab wheel, they got everything at home, but they're still fat fuck. How many of you guys know about that? How many? Put a 1 in the chat if you know somebody like that. I know multiple people like that. It's very fucking sad. Right? Again, all goes back to the I'm not good enough, right? You got to fucking heal this. Because if you don't fix this inner game, if you don't fix this inner thing that's wounded in you, nothing is going to help. Nothing at all is going to help. They always have the most expensive gym clothes too. So funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny because it's true. Right? They got a protein shaker. They got a nice gym bag. They got ball and shoes. They got everything. But they go back to what's normal, which is hating themselves. Right? Guys, it's not normal for someone to be over 250 pounds. Okay? And by them eating themselves up to that weight, like at 200 pounds, they should be like, okay, maybe I should pump the brakes on this. But again, it goes back to this right here. I'm not good enough. Like if you watch all those, like that Tess Holiday and all those like, plus size models or whatever, if you look at them, they're usually using drugs, usually have a shitload of tattoos all over themselves. It's a form of self-mutilation. And it all goes back to here. I'm not good enough. My mom didn't love me. My dad didn't love me. Right? So this sabotages you in every way when you have the bad mental model, the mental makeup model. Okay? And then you'll see this, right? And I think this happens with people like, for example, with John Travolta, right? And this is not, this is just his theory, right? This is my personal belief system. But like even celebrities and stuff, they don't feel good enough. Like, look, okay, for example, like Kurt Cobain, like super popular, global phenomenon, musician. Women loved him, had a beautiful woman, millions and millions of dollars, millions and millions of fans. Puts a shotgun in his mouth and blows his brains out. He's trying to cure the trauma in his head with money, drugs, women, popularity. He was suffering, killed himself, couldn't handle it, right? Some guys, this happens a lot. It's like some guys, they indulge in this like hypersexuality, and it gets to the point that like women no longer stimulate them, and then they become homosexual, right? This is what happened with, in my opinion, this is what happened with with John Travolta. It also happened with Bruce Jenner, who's now Caitlyn Jenner, right? He was just not happy. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to become a woman, And I'm going to get tits and, you just go down this dark path in your mind, and it can all be alleviated by just removing the trauma and healing yourself. So this is how the childhood abuse affected me, but also this is how it affects people in this corner of the internet. And a lot of people have trauma, man.
If you guys don't donate $100 right now, you're a beta male, you're a cuck, you're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
Tilanto 499 super chat says, thanks MLD. I reached out to you from Q2 mindset. Have lost the weight. You replied yesterday. This is a stream. I need to get unstuck and mindful. Yeah, good stuff. So again, like I said, and a lot of guys carry these issues into relationships, and when they're trying to pick up girls, and then it's just not healthy and it's not beneficial. So again, if this is something that you can reflect on and seems similar to you, you're going to need a lot of help, but here's the first thing you can do. Join us again on Inner Game July Grind. And these things right here will help alleviate some of your suffering. No eating out. The reason I say no eating out is because there's so much chemicals and preservatives and poison in all this takeout food in America. Literally poison. Chemicals that are illegal in Europe and Japan and Asia and all these other countries, but allowed in America for the sake of profit. A gym 3 times a week minimum, because this gets your body flowing and moving in the positive direction it needs to be doing, releasing serotonin, endorphins, all these feel-good hormones to kind of just get you in this positive mindset. Finish 4 books. These are self-improvement books because you want to flood your mind with positive data, okay? Data that's going to help you.
You guys don't donate $100 right now. You're a beta male. You're a cuck. You're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
Appreciate you. Karn with the $10 super chat says, I believe those who overcome their trauma can become heroes with a keen sense of seeing issues and helping others in a special way. You're helping more people than you can understand. Thank you, MLD. Yeah, thank you so much too, man. And that's the thing. Like I said, that's why the first episode I wanted to tell everybody, here is my fucked up childhood. Here's all the terrible shit that happened to me. And I understand. I have been through the fire too, my man. I have been through the fire. I have been beaten. I have been emotionally shamed. I have been humiliated. I have been talked down to. I've been betrayed by the ones I loved. And it hurt me. It hurt me deeply as a child. And it fucked me up mentally. But I am an overcomer. And I was able to overcome it. And that is why, after 3,250 plus coaching sessions with all these men from across the world, every color, race, age, religion, country, you name it, the number one problem I noticed is most of all these guys' problems, probably 90% of these guys' problems, all came from inner game and unresolved trauma. Okay. By doing this stuff, this surface level stuff will give you some clarity and some understanding of where you stand mentally, right? And it's just really good for you. Flooding your brain with positive data by finishing 4 books. That's 1 book a week. It's totally doable. Some of you guys watch a lot of Netflix, okay? No excuses. 1 self-improvement activity daily. Get you in the habit of getting things done in a positive manner. Track your weight. That's just for a sense of accomplishment, you know. Like I said, I'm 85 kilos today. The target weight is 77, but if I hit down to 80, I'll be really happy. Positive affirmations, written or best way, but, you know, present tense, positive statements about your life, what you want to happen. And no negative people, because negative people are cancer, and it's the most unnecessary thing in your life and the quickest thing you can remove, okay? So, that's going to do it. I love you guys all. See you tomorrow on Tokyo Crypto Show. Thursday, we're going to talk about how to heal your trauma with Ryan Fowler from InnerMasculine.com. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.